As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings to the whole house, to the two sticks, the northern and the southern kingdom, also known as the kingdom of the Israelites. Kingdom of the Israelites. That's got a great ring to it. Has an exceptional ring to it, especially this day, this hour. If you seen how our people showed up and showed out to Barclays, put a one up. You know, the people are. Kyrie said he had an army behind him. Kyrie Irving said he had an army behind him. Could it be that he was talking about those brothers that showed up by the thousands, it looked like? The Lion reporter said it was only 100 of y'all there. Law keepers. Huh? Father, thank you. Thank you for showing up and showing out. Looked like the dry bones. And finally woke up. Finally woke up and starting to take their place, their rightful place on the earth, which is the head. Woe unto the rest of the earth that these men done woke up and women done woke up over the earth. Talk about they Israelites. Everything that happened on the earth that the Father's doing. Father, we thank you for what you're doing on the earth today. Because it is for the benefit of our people. All praise, glory, and honor go to you, Father. Because without you loving us so, we would have already been sacked. Psalms 80, the Psalms 83 contingency would have already destroyed us. But you said, no, it's not so. So we thank you. And we thank you, Father, for your Son who came for his people. Mashiach never once said that he came for anybody else. So we should not get that misconstrued. We should not let anybody fill our head with something that he didn't say and that you didn't say. If he said he came to do the Father's will, somebody get that precept. If he came to do the Father's will, then the Father's will was that Israel would be saved. We thank you, Mashiach. We thank the Ruach. We can get some wisdom and understanding. Somebody get that precept where it talks about wisdom and understanding. And with all thy getting, it's somewhere in the book. Somebody need to go get it. Greetings to you, fam. Welcome to another conversation. Your host, your brother C, the old head, the loudmouth, the holler at her, the screamer, the yeller, that guy, the old guy. Get off my lawn. All you young stars, get off my lawn and go get saved. Anyway, peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to my brothers on the panel. We got Elijah. Elijah, what's good, brother? What's happening?
Yeah, peace and blessings to all the family out there. Just grabbing that precept for you, Elder. Um,
Appreciate it.
just saying that, Israel is standing strong, and I like to see when our people move to stand up for each other. Similar how we did in Jubilees, the 46th chapter. I believe around the first to the second verse, I believe it was, where it says, "The Most High blessed us increasingly because each man loved his brother." So we're seeing a little bit of that in the defense of Kyrie Irving and the defense of Kanye, and also always, even through our disagreements, the camps and the different groups, we all have the same mind when it comes that we're Israel and that the Most High is gathering us together. So no matter what somebody says against, well, what we say against each other, we're there to stand up for the family, for our nation. So, all praise the Most High for that. All praise the Most High for all things, and this great deliverance that's to come.
Appreciate that, bro. So I'm going to go ahead and greet the family like how I normally do. Family done entered into their house. Their house of gathering. This ain't a house of worship. This is just where we come and we meet and we talk and we have conversations. Books say, where two or more are gathered in my name, there I will be in the midst. I believe that's what it say. I'm probably freestyling right now. I'm making it up, right? But I'm going to go from the top down and greet the family like we normally do. Start with my top, my sister Maria Yakita. Shalom, peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope all is well with you. Good brother JPM, Proverbs 11:7 through 8, verse 7. When a wicked man dieth, when a heathen dieth, or when somebody that's out of fellowship with the Father when they die, his or her expectations shall perish. So whatever they thought they was going to do, or whatever wickedness they thought they was going to do on the earth, that's going to perish, die with them, so they could bury that wickedness and foolishness with themselves. And the hope of the unjust men perish. So any hope that these heathens got today, which a lot of them have their hope in Trump, a lot of them going to perish with their hope in Trump. Or for that matter, the Republican Democrat thing, or even for that matter, the whole idea of your red, white, and blue. The whole idea of your thanks taken. Verse 8 is the punchline. But the righteous, he's talking about the saints. He's talking about you today. The righteous is delivered out of trouble. And you can tell what's happening on the earth right now, that the Father is keeping you and delivering you out of trouble. I can poll my family in the chat right now, and they'll have story upon story upon story to tell how the Father just saved them and just moved them out of the way. So we thank you. Thank you for the precept. Let me see here. Let's see here. Sarah, yeah, shalom, sis. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you today. Good brother Daniel Blackshear. Peace and blessings, brother. Hope you're well. Hope the Father's keeping you. Sister Cece, shalom, sis. Hope all is well with you today. Chronicles 16:35, and say ye save us, O Elohim of our salvation. The Father is our salvation, he said. He sent Mashiach. And gather us together. That's what we should be doing. That's what we're doing right now. We're gathering together right now. And right now, it's just via YouTube. Ultimately, we'll be gathering together in smaller groups and then ultimately in the wilderness. Deliver us from the heathen. Deliver us from our enemy, Father, the heathen that want to kill us, and remove us from the earth, that we may give thanks to thy Kodash name and glory to thy praise. All praise to the Father. Thank you. Thank you for that. Wise Society, shalom. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Sister Cindy Clark, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you today. Good brother Tone Spain. Hey, Tone, how you doing? Hope all is well. Been keeping up with you on your YouTube channel. And appreciate the work that you've been doing. All praises for you, brother. Thank the Father for you. Praise him. Shalom family. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. My brother Yashadik, shalom family. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well, brother. Stay on fire ministries. You better stay on fire for the book. You better stay on fire for the Father, the Ruach, and everything that he's given us. You better be on fire for that. It's time out for being lukewarm and being halfway. You better be on fire for the Father, for his Son, and for the Ruach HaKodesh, because now is the time that our ancestors have been looking forward to, and our ancestors are actually rooting for us, because they somewhere in the book, Revelation say they ask us, our people's asking the question, Father, how long before you take vengeance? Somebody get that precept, I'll put it up. Unorthodox daughter of Zion, peace and blessings, sis. My good brother T, good to see you, brother. Hope all is well with you. Seeking the Most High, all praise to the Most High, Yah, forever and ever, in the name of our Messiah, Yahusha. All praises to the Father. Thank you for his Son, Josiah ben Yehuda. Shalom, brother. Hope you are well. Hope everything is going well with you. Good sister Notorious Hebrew, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. If you guys see somebody new in the chat, make sure you greet them. You say something to them. You say hello, and you greet them. Let's see here. Cindy Clark, I think I already got you. Yvette Rivera, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Notorious, I think I got you, but I'll go back and get you again. You get a double, so that means that you owe double ties. So I shouted you out twice, you get double ties. Rita Hebrew, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you. I'm going to start at JPM. I might have to get back to that. Jane Smith, shalom, peace and blessings, brother. Hope all is well. Mary, I'm going to start at. We'll get back to that. Y'all dropped some good precepts already, which is awesome. Everybody, y'all need to greet somebody in this chat. Don't be just sitting up there being quiet. Go ahead and greet somebody. Shalom somebody. And if you feel so inclined, I'm going to drop the link. You can go jump in on the show too if you feel so inclined. Everybody's welcome here. This is your house. Roll me, shalom, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Leanne King, shalom, sis. All praises unto a higher his holy name. That's right. Say that. Lift him up. Lift him up now. You better be lifting him up now. You see what's going on the earth. You have an idea because you have the Father's playbook. Mind you, you have a piece of his playbook because they didn't let you have all of it. But he gave you just enough. And he also, isn't it interesting that he gave it to you in the language that you didn't even know, but he gave it to you in a language that he said, okay, my people going to be speaking English. Let's do it in English form. They'll get back to me. Somebody put that precept somewhere, say, my sheep hear my voice. We get back to him. He gave us breadcrumbs. We don't speak a lick of Hebrew, but we got back to him through the book. Your Father loved you so. He said, okay, I'm going to make it. They're going to be speaking English. I'm going to put it to them in English. Okay. Okay, Hashatai. I'm not playing chess with you, but I'll put it to my folks in English. They'll get it. You ultimately go get back to the Father in his will. Jonah. Abiyah Israel, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. My good brother Sean. Hey, Sean, how you doing, bro? Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Let's see here. Let me see. I can't hear. Taishi P, shalom, peace and blessings. Hope all is well with you. I think I may have gotten everybody. If I didn't get you, if you shoot me a shalom during, I will definitely shalom you in the middle, during, and after what it is that we're talking about. Elizabeth Nichols, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. Linda Siggers Bay, shalom, peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. This is a precept I call, so I'm going to go ahead and read it. Revelation 6 and 10. And they cried with a loud voice saying, how long, O Father, holy and true? They right now is asking the Father from Sheol, from Abraham's bosom. Father, how long? What they asking him? First they say, how long, Father, holy and true? They acknowledge him, then they told the truth about it. Because all truth and all holiness come from the Father. What they asking? Dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Now, if this was talking about, and see, this is where Christianity kind of goes sideways, because these are the saints. These are his people that he surnamed. We know that according to who the book was written for, to, and by. You cannot find Christianity nowhere in this book. You cannot find the belief system, the construct, the Western construct, where there's a city on a hill. You cannot find it in the Bible, nor in the extra biblical books, or nowhere else. That's why the heathen had them books removed, so that you wouldn't be able to identify yourself. You cannot find Christianity nowhere in the book. No matter how they take the scriptures and mold it like putty and like clay, and they give a little piece here and a little piece there, and then all of a sudden you got 45,000 pieces of boo-boo everywhere. He asking the Father, when you going to avenge us, Father? When you going to tax the heathen? When you going to judge them? When you going to get them? That's what they asking. Father, get these people. Same thing we asking. Father, get them. That's why you see so much turmoil today. The Father is wreaking havoc on this earth, and if you are wise, you would open up the book, study, show thyself approved, and you would adhere to it. Don't do what I say. Don't do what I do. Go buy the book. You would do yourself a favor if you went by the book right now. And listen, if Kemet and the chematologists was so right, how come they couldn't predict what's going on right now? The Israelites did. Who on the earth was telling the whole earth what's going to befall them before it even happened? It wasn't your white evangelicals. I can tell you that. It was those same people that he surnamed. And ain't now one of them. You don't need a cemetery. Talk about you went to seminary. Talking about it's about the science. Now we see you. We ain't gonna call you by name, but we see you talking that mess out there, Christians, urban apologists. You apologizing because you urban, because you don't know a goddamn thing. That's why you apologizing. You apologists. You really are errors. You don't tell me about ICG, exegete. The Father done used the foolish to confound these wise people that talk about they cemetery train, you Jesuit train, and the Father done took people who ain't got no degrees in nothing all over the earth, starting with the cappers, done blowed up the whole earth. And that's the only place you gonna get truth. Anybody talking to you about that they went to cemetery school and that they got, now it's about the science. Okay. Yeah, it's about the science, all right. It's about the Father. It always has been about the Father and always will be about him. And if you're going to be doing his will, there's only one thing that you need to be, and that's LSC. And for the new people, y'all greet the new people. What's happening, Joe Scott? Peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Y'all greet the new people. If you don't know what LSC is, it's the law, statutes, and commands, because the Father has never changed. The work that Mashiach didn't change. He said, somebody get the precept. He said, not one jot nor tittle will pass away until what? Till all be fulfilled. And he ain't had his rulership yet, so that means that all ain't been fulfilled. Elizabeth Nichols, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. The sports world should have left Israel alone. Hey, yeah, you know what? And see, this is by the Father playing chess. They had no choice to do what they did. It's almost as if, and this is what's happening. He's playing chess by himself. Everybody, including Hashatan, the other entities, were Michael Gabriel, Eliashah, Jason Philip McCauley, Donald Trump, everybody playing a part. That's why it would behoove you to do what he told you to do. What the Father will is for you, you should be doing exactly that. You know what it is. I don't know what the will of the Father has for you. I have no clue, but he knows, and you know. That's a private conversation between y'all two. And if he asks some other brothers to help along the way, whether it's brothers here or brothers elsewhere, so be it. Linda Rick, shalom, sis. Hope all is well. Yeah, everybody, please like, subscribe, and share if you're not. We appreciate that. And also, I would ask that when you get done, and I know that you guys do a great job of communicating in the live on the live stream, but go ahead and drop some comments in the comments section because I like to converse with you there as well. So we lift up the Father, we praise him. We still greeting the fam. I don't went on my rant as usual. Ticey Rowland, hey, what's good, brother? Hope all is well. Let's see, did I get everybody? No, we still going. And see, that's the thing. The most important people in any conversations that we have is the family in the chat. It's not your brother C. It's not your brother Elisha. It's not the brothers on salt of the earth, because quiet is kept. The folks in the chat are salt of the earth because what the book says about you. So you are what's most important. When you go back, tell your family, go back and watch this video. Point them to the chat. Tell them to have the chat not hidden, but watch the chat, because a lot of dynamics happen in the chat. That's why I want you all to get in the habit of greeting each other, shaloming each other, and then speaking your mind and speaking your piece. Whether we agree or not, speak your mind. Just don't be disrespectful. And we'll put the link up if you are so inclined. You can join on, but just know this is your house, fam. So there y'all, been a Ande. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Wise Society, shalom. I'm happy to be here during the live. Yeah, it's good to be here. Hey, you know what? I got off the good slave ship a little bit early. So I said, okay, you know what? I would start a little bit early and allow you guys to hear me rant and rave and hoop and holler like how I normally do. And then I'll let you guys exit stage. Right. We may jump on tomorrow. I was thinking about jumping on tomorrow, doing something about thanks taking. They want you all to be thankful that you was here, getting your head caved in, having all manner of evil done to you that the Father said he was going to do to you in Deuteronomy 28. They want you to be thankful that they took you out the hut, supposedly. I'm using air quotes if y'all could see me. Yeah, I saw that, Sean. I'm gonna start that. We might mix a little bit of that in, Sean. I saw Whitlock. Whitlock then did a 360. Whitlock, well, I think Whitlock the lost his rabbit ass mind, me personally, how he coming. This is strange, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Ikabella, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. I'm starring all these precepts. I'm putting them to the side so that we can holler about them later. Mr. Thor, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Patricia Thomas, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Mr. The Original School, man, it seems like I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. How you doing? Hope all is well. Peace and blessings to you. Let me see. Marriott M, if I didn't catch you, sis, peace and blessings to you. Hope you're well. Let's see here. Anybody else that I didn't catch? Yeah, they celebrate robbery, death, and destruction, and that's why they seeing and hearing the snakes, and it's a great segue to today's conversation. That's why you seeing it so much here in the snakes now. That's exactly why. Now, I'm gonna say this right up front. The Father does not like your Helly days. He does not like them. If you were a city on the hill like the white evangelicals try to purport America to be, the relationship with him would be around his feast, around his celebrations that he ordained in the book. Now, we have a written manuscript of what He detailed on what he likes and what he doesn't like. Put a one up if you believe that we have a manuscript that outlines what he likes and what he doesn't like. I'm going to put my one up right now. Hopefully I beat all of you. That's my hope. There go my one. The Father knows what he likes and what he doesn't like. Put a one up if you believe that you know what he likes and what he doesn't like. I should see ones jumping up all over to everybody. If you're snake listening, if you're listening in the background, come in and shalom your family and put your one up. We're not going to call you out. Put your one up. So now the Father done gave his instructions on how he wants the Israelites and how he wants things ran. Where in the book does he talk about thanks taking? City on the hill, United Snakes. Where does he talk about the fourth that they lied? Where does he talk about Christmas eggs and Easter trees? What about Valentine's Day, where you got it's a pedophilic satanic thing where you got little babies dressed up naked. They're not dressed up, they naked, and they got a bow and arrow shooting at adults. Sick. I ain't even named all your holidays. Your holidays, the Father is not with none of your holidays, snakes. They more than likely are, Sean, but quite honestly, we don't give a damn about the ADL. They don't give me a check. They don't pay my bills. They ain't paid my light bill. If they say, okay, brother, see, we gonna pay your light bill, I'll probably tell them, no, I'm good. No thanks. Yeah, brother, see, we're about to give you a big giant bag. No, I'm good. I get my own bag. See, here's the difference between some brothers, and y'all gonna be witness to it. Here's the difference between some brothers. Some brothers don't care about the bag, don't have false piety, and believe that the Father is going to bless them with whatever he's going to bless them with according to their faith. Period. Now, if I believe in rock out with the Father, the ADL don't have to worry about giving me a bag through Hashatan so that they can control my mouth. No, I don't have to do that. Because guess what? I know that the tail is going to become the head. I know that me and my children and my children's children are going to be running shop. So knowing that, why would I accept a bag from you when I can have the whole thing? And make that make sense. Somebody just put it succinctly here. And the chat is going wild. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at this right here. All money ain't good money. That's a bone term. You sound like you a bonesman, bro. That's a bonesman's term right there. Sometimes you take that money and then you wind up blocking yourself out if you play a 707. Mind you, I don't know anything about dominoes. If you believe that. So the Father has his formula that he gave to the Israelites on how he wanted things ran. And we fumbled the ball. He threw us a pass. But guess what we have? We have his manuscripts. Even though we don't have them all. I don't believe that we have all of them. But we have enough to do what we should be doing without any ambiguity or without any thought. Now, what is going on in the United States of America? And here's the thing, fam. I put a thumbnail up. I created a thumbnail. And it's from a site that I have been frequenting for a number of years now. And we're going to put it up and we're going to go into it. But you got all of this mass rage and all this mass violence going on. You had that gay place shot up. And I don't have anything against anyone. But I'm not Charles Barkley. It's according to how the order is set according to how the Father said it, not according to how your brother C said it. It's not according to me. The Father set things in order. And then you had somebody, what was it, yesterday or today, this morning, shot up another Walmart. Now, we're in the holiday of Thanksgiving, and you've got these things going on. I want to ask the family because I don't have any presuppositions. I don't have anything even lined up concerning this. I want to have an open conversation with the family. What say you, fam? Why is all of this stuff going on? And it seems like that it's accelerating. Put a one up if you know that the Father has not only sped up time, but he's accelerating things. The Father has accelerated this timeline, this construct. You guys to put a one up because I know my family in the chat understands. You all have a great understanding of what's happening and what's going on. Why do you think all of these crazy shootings and these crazy things are happening? You know what? When I'm banging, I'm actually banging on my hand. When you hear me doing this, I'm not banging on the table, I'm banging the fist in my hand. I'm gonna try not to yell at y'all today. Y'all get mad at me when I yell. Y'all be telling y'all children, turn him off because he yelled too much. I love the Father, though. Y'all do know that, though. Y'all do know I love the Father. So why is America going berserk? And we have an understanding that, yeah, America's reign is over, and we're seeing the deconstruction of that. In parallel, though, if you see the deconstruction of something, you should see the construction of something, right? If you know that America is being deconstructed, wouldn't it make sense for you to say, okay, well, if America is being deconstructed, what opportunities does that mean for me? Because one of the phrases that I believe I coined this phrase, with change comes opportunity. So if something changes, that means that I have an opportunity for betterment. At least that's the way I look at it in my mind. And that's biblical because the tail becomes the head. And then the head, the heathen, the pagan, and the Gentiles now become the tail, right? So I'm asking you all, fam, and I've saved the precepts. But again, I'm going to ask the family, why is the heathen raging so? Why is he raging, he and she, and not just the heathen, but, in general? You can feel what's happening on the earth right now. It used to be where it was a thing where we knew something was happening and we knew the Father was moving. Now you can feel not only his presence, but you can actually feel that every time you wake up, you're going to see on the news something fantastic, some calamity done befell someone. And more than likely, it's someone that probably did something to the Israelites. It probably happens in a land where the Israelites was mistreated. So, fam, help me out here. I see all the precepts, and what I did was I starred all of them. I didn't star most of them. You see this precept right here. Keep not thou silence, O Father, hold not thy peace, and be not still. That's pointed at the Psalms 83 contingent right there. I know where that comes from. That's Psalms 83 contingent. Psalms 83 contingent is confound. They are so confounded. They are beyond themselves. And have you noticed that there is no peace with the heathen? Put a one up if you know that there's no peace with the heathen. And I'm saving all these precepts. I'm starring them also. I go back to them. The heathen has like zero peace right now. Why is that? That coincides with the mass murder that's going on. Put this one up. Raise it. Something's getting raised. That's for sure. Let's see here. Nothing wrong with righteous anger. We call it passion. That's right. You must be talking about me. I'll be screaming and hollering at everybody. Everybody be getting mad. Now, I'm not visiting Brother C no more. He be yelling too much. With all that's going on in the world, a lot of people are out shopping for their pagan holidays. And you know what? He don't honor that, nor do he care about that. He look at that with disdain. He don't like your pagan holidays. He don't know like Sister Mary. He's like, they are scared. Yes, they are scared. They are in fear. And fam, do yourself a favor. I tell you all to do this all the time. Go to their sites. Watch all the foolishness that they be posting. I'm talking to white evangelicals now. Watch all the foolishness they be posting. And then make a comment about America destruction. Back in the day, they would like, oh, no, you're wrong. You're crazy. You're this, you're that, you're that, blah, 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 blah. Guess what they say now? They don't say nothing to you. They leave you complete alone. I think their spirit is bearing witness that this right here, they scared. And the funny thing is, they don't really have a clue as to why they're scared. They just know that, okay, this Christianity thing is not working out like how we thought it was going to be, right? And because of that, it's like, okay, well, what's our fallback? What are we going to fall back on? If we're not raptured out of here, what are we going to do? Because that's what most of them be talking about. That's what they've been talking about. Oh, you've done every heinous act known to man. You've done every heinous act to the Israelites. Everything unimaginable you've done to these people. And now all of a sudden you get the golden ticket like Willy Wonka. And while everything that went to hell, you get to check out on some mystical, magical carpet ride where the zigzag man comes and says, okay, you guys come with me. And then he take you up out of here. There's no biblical principles that support that argument or that thought. Which is why I would challenge whether you're an urban apologist. I want an urban apologist. Since they got such the loud mouth right now, and they talking, which the reason why they talking is because all eyes is on the Israelites. That's not by accident. Y'all know this is divine revelation that every one of you came out of Christianity, which most of you is because you love the Father. But you came out of that because you know that you wasn't learning nothing, and then you found out who you was. That's what the big fuss has always been about. Now, how is it that you can come out and then your brothers that have a hidden agenda stay in? Brother Najid, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Hey, all is good, brother. Sorry I'm late. Good to be on with you guys.
Peace and blessings, man. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. And I'm just yelling at the family like I normally do. And so getting back to it. So now if we look at the snakes and we look at the trajectory with all the mass that's going on, there should be a couple of things that we should be looking forward to. We should be looking forward to going home. And then we should be looking forward to the utter destruction of this place. This is not their land. This was never their land. So they need to go back to where they came from, whether it be, and to be honest with you, and I make jokes, but I don't know where the heathen came from. I mean, I know who we say that they are, and I joke around with y'all, but in all honesty, to me, how they move is inhumane, and they're not human. So let's look at the family's conversation. I'm gonna put your comments up because I've been asking you questions, and y'all been dropping some bomb precepts. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. She's taking her first sips of that cup of wrath that's about to be crammed down her throat, and guess what? She get 2 big gulps of it. She get 2 big gulps. We drank 1 big gulp and we got through it. She get 2 of them. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine someone getting double of what we got? Mary Yakita, they are scared because of 250. Yes, they are scared. Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, to both. Yes, ma'am. You got 250. If you break down the Deuteronomy 28, I got to break down somewhere where I broke down. I think I counted like 125, maybe 130 different ones, something like that. Go ahead and do the breakdown. And doubling that will get you to 250. But I mean, who am I? I'm just a lowly dude, low man on the totem pole. Rovicia White, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Let's see why society says because they were boasting in themselves and their gods and their idols, but now the Most High is showing them that they're mere men. He was never with the zigzag man. He was never with Cesare, with looking like a hippie that he'd been smoking all the dope that you can imagine, meth, fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine, and he was smoking them all. How is that man gonna be running around wearing Greek garb, looking like a Roman hippie? And the book don't describe him like that. Book said his hair was like mine, like wool. You showing the whole earth, talk about that's your God, and that's not my God. You done showed the whole world this image and got the whole world believing it. Thinking that he looking like you. Look at that. Talking about he looking like Charleston Heston and Tom Cruise in there. You ain't never once showed him with no hair like wool. Brass as if it was burned in a furnace. You're showing the zigzag man. You are heiress and you always been one. People to this day, Israelites to this day, close their eyes when they think about the Father. First thing they see is this wicked image of some Zeus sitting on some throne, talking about he the Father. It's fitting that this place be destroyed. Just from the idolatry. Your flag is idolatry. Every statue done put up on all of these cities, that's idolatry. Worshiping Zeus, that's idolatry. You nothing but a nation of idolaters. Snakes? There has been a shift in the spiritual realm that's pulling us toward, that's right. The blood moon was an opening of something. That's all. I'm going to leave that where it is. You all should be looking to get something. I'm not talking about getting no gifts from no Santa Claus or no foolishness like that. Somebody get that precept where it say, asking you shall receive. You mean to tell me that if you don't ask the Father for something right now, he's not going to give it to you according to his will? We want to get back to our power. We want, and when I mean by power, I mean the power that we had as Israelites. We had skills, we had capabilities, and we had abilities, and the heathen know it. They didn't burn them books. That's how come they always been trying to keep you down all of this time. If you had burned a book, you wouldn't know what these people are, what they're capable of. We see you. We see you plain as day. Righteous anger with indignation, exhibiting passion. Well, you sound like you're talking about somebody. Hopefully you ain't talking about me because I'm going to tell you to get off my lawn. Matthew 21:22, in all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. I believe I'm going to get them cheat codes at some point in my life, fam. I do believe that. If some of y'all don't, if for some of y'all new who don't know what them cheat codes is, them cheat codes is what you think about the X-Men. What you think about the Super Friends. Marvel Comics, which they stole all of that from your people anyway. That's them cheat codes, those abilities, those capabilities. Real weapons of war. Israelites ain't got two sticks to rub together, but you're too big. How you ain't got two sticks to rub together and you're worth $2 trillion in spending income a year? $2 trillion. And they lie and talk about 2050, you're going to be to nothing. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Let me keep reading these comments. That's a straight lie from the pit of hell. Think we got that shalom in there, sacrifices. They're angry because they see our rise. They're raging for some reason. There's a rage going on within them, and it's getting worse and worse. And I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. Here's the things that have been great that the Israelites have done. Two great things that the Israelites have done. One, you stop forgiving them when they do heinous acts to you. Number one. But number two, you stop wasting your power on them. Brother C, what power are you talking about? We ain't never wasted no power on the snakes. Yes, you have. And some of our people continue to do it. When you pray for this nation, to do well, you wasting your power. You wasting all that good power that you got. And our people have stopped doing that. You all are a testament and a prophecy. I believe that there's books somewhere written about you that we haven't seen. There was books written about you in the old times, prophetic books that we haven't seen. And we just all of us is just walking it out. There's somewhere a book that talks about you, Mr. The Original School. There's a book somewhere that talks about you specifically. And everybody else that's here. The Father say he got books. He gonna open up the books and judge. That's what he say he gonna do. So if he gonna open up the book and judge, that means he got books written somewhere where he can see what you did and what you didn't do. He gonna say, Brother C, I gave you that task. Brother C, how come you didn't do it? Brother C, why did you procrastinate? Brother C, you was here during that time. What did you say and do? We got to be taking this book personal, fam. Not like it's back in the day. We got to be taking the book personal, like what's going on then is actually he's speaking to us right now. Scared are they as scared? They are scared. Yeah, they are scared. They are scared beyond anything that they can imagine. Wait a minute, Smitty in there somewhere? Hold up. I don't see Smitty. What's good, brother? Hope you're well, man. I seem like I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays, man. I seen somebody shalom you. Jason Camfor, shalom, brother. If I'm looking for my brother Smitty. I haven't seen my brother in a minute. Where you at, bro? If I see you, I'll put you up. You know how I do. Love seeing my family in the chat. If y'all shalom me, if I see y'all, I will put you up. So now, fam, before I get into this site, we're gonna take a brief look at the site. We're gonna continue to talk, and today is pretty much up next. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope you're well. I'm Anita Baker, and I approve this rapture message. You gonna be stuck here looking at the Negro, wondering in amazement, is this he who we sometime had in derision? Well, it look like they ain't doing so bad. Look at them. You notice, fam, I keep telling you, as time goes forward, we going backwards. Our people was prosperous during the Roaring '20s till they coordinated attack and destroyed you. See, this is what people never talk about. They never talk about our destruction during the time of the Great Depression. We wasn't depressed in the 1920s and 30s. We had burgeoning cities that was popping. They was depressed. That's why they did a coordinated effort and did the whole Red Summer thing. If you don't know what about Red Summer, we got it somewhere on in Kingdom Conversations. Look at the Kingdom Conversation. Not on the Kingdom Conversation playlist. That wasn't a KC. We did a Red Summer episode. And I recommend that y'all go back and look at it. So they busy running around waiting for the zigzag man to come out the sky and give them great presents and gifts and bless them when you already been blessed all this time. You was blessed to take the position of whipping post of the Israelites. And that's all you were useful for. That's all you were useful for. You're not good for nothing else. Kill, steal, and destroy like your daddy does and lie about everything and try to make somebody feel guilty off the dumb stuff that you've been doing all over the earth. You a lie and say that some child did something to you when he didn't. And then your constructor say, okay, well, she's too old to go to jail. That Bryant woman. Did y'all know that Bryant woman was related to that Bryant man that Brett Favre stole money from? Was y'all able to make that connection? Hopefully y'all was. Anyway, I'm gonna ask my brothers in the chat, why is the heathen and not just the heathen, why is there so much rage in the snakes? And this, I'm asking this before we even go to the website. I'm gonna ask you brothers, starting with you, brother Elisha, why is there so much rage in the snakes now?
The heathen recognizes the time that we're in. I think he's more abreast to what time we're in than sometimes our people are. He knows that his kingdom is at an end, and he knows that the Most High is raising us up, that we can take possession of the land that he promised to our fathers. It says in Jeremiah, he says, I will pluck them out that touch the inheritance I caused my people Israel to inherit. Most High is going to pluck them out, and he says he's going to plant us in the land. I mean, these things are going to be accomplished. Everything that's happening right now, everything that you see on TV, whether it be brothers speaking up, whether you see, backdoor wars that's about to start, whether you see relationships between countries ending, like how America is no longer part of the European Union, and how a lot of other so-called European powers have left the European Union, the sanctuary of the conglomeration of their brothers. They have left their sanctuary, they've left their protection. Now they're out there so high and mighty that they think they can stand alone, not even standing together anymore. And I know that the Most High is doing this to his will, that they can fall and will fall soon. So yeah, they definitely know what's happening. I seen a video on Facebook the other day. A brother was sitting on the Mississippi River. He said, I mean, he's showing himself sitting on the river, and it's drying up, and it's just receding and receding and receding. You're looking at the Euphrates River, it's drying up. You're seeing animals migrating in patterns that you've never seen before. You're seeing things that you would never think that this day would come, regarding like how they found an ocean within an ocean at the bottom of I believe it's the Pacific Ocean, or I believe, I don't know, so was it the Arctic caps. I know they did some video where they showed that it was an ocean within an ocean. They just have so many things. You see animals are dying off. Um, you're seeing all these things going on, and then most prevalently, you see black people or so-called black people waking up. So when we talk about even what they call Thanksgiving, even though that's like a national day of mourning to some would say the Native Americans would say they are our brothers, some would say that they're not. But the bottom line is this: the atrocities that happen to us, that happen to them on that day. I don't know how we can't repurpose that day to keep it, but all these things are signs, because our people are seeing things for what they are. A lot of our people aren't keeping Christmas anymore. So, or a lot of these holidays, a lot of our people are not doing it. So when you go with the economy, you will go with all the signs. It points to a collapse. And I believe, you got a nation that's going to come to its ruin in one night. Like, imagine one day you wake up and it's like one of those zombie apocalypse movies where everybody's going to and fro one day, and the next day, they're running for the hills. Life as you know it is changing. That's what's going to happen here. And I'm not talking about a zombie apocalypse. I'm talking about one day, in the blink of an eye, everything will change. No more going to work. No more going to school. No more going about things as usual. No more going to restaurants and sitting outside sipping tea and eating pastries with on a date. All these things will end, and then all it will be about is the preservation of life. And for us, it's the start of Jacob's resurrection. It's the start of the kingdom to come. But for a lot of people, it's fear and panic because what they're used to is now coming to an end.
Brother Najee, what say you, bro?
Yeah, man, it's not everything, brother Elisha just kind of spilled out, but also they're raging against each other, man. I mean, look at just today we see that shooting in what was it, a Walmart, right? And just the other day there was a shooting before that. We've been seeing this kind of thing all around the world. It kind of brings to mind for me Revelation 6, and that second horse, right? That red horse, where it says power was given to that horse, and he took away peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And he was given a great sword. Now, it certainly seems to me that in our awakening, when they're starting to go crazy, they're starting to get mad. Maybe they realize something's going on, maybe they don't. But in any case, things are going mad. Things are going crazy. And they're certainly turning against each other in a lot of ways, One thing I gotta highlight, man, I cannot let this moment go by without highlighting what IUIC is doing right now.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Highlight that.
I don't want to steal your shine, bro.
No. It's a perfect segue. It's perfect segue into it. Go ahead, man. Rock out.
I'm just, man. I don't listen, everybody. I know a lot of our brothers who are in this awakening, our Israelite brothers, we don't agree with them on everything they say and do. But we gotta give these brothers props for what they're doing, man. We have got, I saw some of the highlights. Just a bunch of these brothers marching down the street in total order. Total order is just an amazing sight to see, and I just love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm gonna stop there. I was gonna say more, but I'm gonna stop there because I'm gonna let you, brother Cleo, expand on that.
We gonna do a little bit of a standard deviation because I was gonna talk about them in the midst of this mass rage.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he done got something else to rage about, because I like I always say, I have never spit on any camp on the mic, spitting against them, talking down to them or anything, because I wasn't in the camp, but I understand what it means to be out on the street, because we was out on the street. Me and Banya and a few others, and Elisha got down with us when he was out here too. We was out on the street, not repping any camp, but it was just incumbent pressed upon us that we need to be out on the street, sounding the alarm. Now, what you saw with IUIC, you saw what you saw with NFAC. Everybody know what NFAC was, right? This is beyond that, because now you got, and the Lion Media said, oh yeah, they asked Kyrie Irving. There was about 100 people out there talk about their IUIC, and they were trying to him Kyrie up, talking about there was about 100 people out there talking about their IUIC, the hate group. And mind you, IUIC, if you go to their website, they advocate nonviolence. They're not violent. They don't advocate doing anything to anybody. It's not to say that they don't advocate protecting yourself. Daughter of Yah, this is perfect comment with what we're about to do. I'm not going to go into that website. We'll go into that website later. But I did have a brother Najee. I did have queued up some IUIC footage, because what those brothers have done this time. Kyrie said he got an army behind him. That pause was me looking around. I'm looking behind me. I'm like, okay, where my army at? Now I'm queuing this up I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and I got a couple of medias, and we're not gonna spend a long time with them, but we don't agree with the camps on everything. I don't agree with everything that the folks in the chat say, and I'm totally aligned for the most part with my brothers on the panel. But I don't agree with what anybody say, because I have to take it and search the book and talk to the Father to see if it's so. But that's besides the point. I've never spit on the camp, and I never will spit on the camp. Why? Because I was out there on the streets, and that's where most of them started, out there rocking the streets, rocking the mic, and then growing their organizations. What I mean by growing an organization, check this video out. Go ahead and share my screen. And let me see. We're going to go to the big shot, and we need to take that out. Daughter of Yah, Shalom. There's a couple people who want to Shalom. Smitty, what's good, brother? Hope you're well. I see you. There was
What's
another
up,
brother
Smitty?
out there. Brody B.A., Shalom. Shalom. And Soulfully Sowing Seed, Shalom. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you all. And if you came in late, peace and blessings to you. We know that we like to acknowledge everybody that comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Hopefully everybody will hear. Before I cue it up, I need to make sure that my levels are good. So we'll do that to that right there. Okay, that sounds good. And then let's go ahead and play this. Let me make sure my levels is good right here. All right, let's go ahead and play this here.
Warriors go. Israel life. Warriors. Some of us used to sell drugs. Not no more. Not no more. Not no more. Hey, Jacob! Yeah, it's time to wake up. We got the nose. Fuck you. We are the real Jews. Hey, Jacob! One, two. Hey, Jacob! Hey, Jacob! Yeah, it's time to wake up. We got the news for you. You are the real Jews. Pick them up and set them down. Pick them up, set them down. We about to switch it up. Here we go. I left this world, and you should too. I left this world, and you should too. And you should too.
I'm going to say this. You better stop playing with them Israelites. You better stop playing with them people. You better give them what you owe them. You better let them go. Now, that was IUIC. I got some more. I got some more video clips. They stormed Barclays, and the lying media said nothing about it. They was interviewing Kyrie Irving, talking about, hey, there was 100 guys in a group talking about they support you, and do you want to denounce them? They're trying to get him to denounce me. He's like, Kyrie's like, man, no, I'm not. I'm not. Let's just talk about basketball. Keep it basketball, right? So Najee, do you want me to throw up this other? I got another media that I could throw up, but you could go ahead and comment on that because I got a bunch of other. I got a ton of videos. That one video I just showed was like 3 hours long, and it showed the whole front from end to end on how they stormed Barclays. They surrounded the whole Barclays Center.
Yeah, bro, they did, man. Yo, I would just love for you to show it all. I mean, one of the things that really struck me though was when they were interviewing Kyrie, they did say something like a couple hundred. And I don't know, just from the video, that looked like way more than a couple hundred to me. I mean, especially this one video I saw that you might be able to show where they got like this, they start to pan out this view of the street, and you just see like the head of the line, and it starts to go further and further and further, and all these brothers in line in order. I guess it's somewhere in Brooklyn where the Barclays Center is. But yeah, bro, go ahead and show it, man. I just love seeing it over and over again.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find that one, but I think I got the interview with on a TikTok. I got a few of these on TikTok. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen right quick, and I'm gonna just play a couple of them because I tell you what it does for me. I get fired up when I see it.
Amen.
I'm like, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because some of you Negroes remember InFact, and the InFact, the head of InFact just got arrested. But then at the same time, you had Israelites talking about, hey, you know what? I'm not IUIC, but I'll go stand with them brothers. I'll go stand with my family if it's about doing something for my family. But hey, on the real, for me, I get goosebumps when I see that. I'm like, yeah, that's my people right there. That's them. That's not they, and you know what they say? Them brothers keep the law. Huh? Okay, so I disagree with you. Well, one thing we agree on, and we agree with the camps on, and that's LSC. We agree on that. We could disagree on whatever you want to disagree on, but the bottom line is we agree to do what the Father said us to do.
Amen. Amen. Yep.
Let me put some more of these. We're doing a little bit of diversion, fam. Just bear with me because I was prepared to do this anyway. So let's look at some TikToks. We got. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. I need to make sure I'm sharing the audio. So let me make sure I'm doing that.
I don't think you have to worry. I don't think you have to worry about the fam right now. I think they're loving it too. I'm loving it too. We should all be up in IUIC right now. Everybody,
man,
we should all be doing
look, hey man, when you hear the cadence, when you hear them brothers saying what they saying, it's like, okay, well, the only thing I see is that, to me, that's the dry bones right there. That's the dry bones. Take a look at this video.
We got soul. We got soul. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. That we all right. That we all right. Yeah, we all right. Yeah, we all right. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. The Israelites. The Israelites. Yeah, Israelites. Yeah, Israelites. Some of us used to sell drugs. Some of us used to sell drugs. Not no more. Not no more. Not no more. Not no more. Yeah, not no more. Not no more. Take care of our wives. Take care of our wives. And our children too. And our children too. We have repented. We have repented. How about you? How about you? How about you?
Oh yeah.
Hold up, man. I got one where let's look at the interview with Kyrie right quick. I think they gonna just cover that part. Before we do that though, check out this one though. This one right here is interesting. This is from y'all good friend, because he's never been my friend, Jason Whitlock. Check this man
This
out.
line goes on and 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 on forever. They basically surrounded the Barclays Center. There wasn't some hundreds, there were thousands out there. And you know what? I'm proud of them. Because this is what happens when the media fails to do its job. When the media strings up Kyrie Irving at the behest of the puppet masters, the people should rally up and support him. Because the media is failing to do its job. They don't have one shred of evidence of Kyrie Irving saying anything anti-Semitic. Not one thing. He retweeted a movie poster, and someone in the media with some common sense and a platform should have called BS on Joseph's side and the whole overreaction by the NBA and all these stipulations, and we got to re-educate Kyrie. But if the media is a coward and bought and paid for, thank God, and I don't care what religion they practice. Thank God some men show.
That's where you wrong at, Jason Whitlock. I almost called you a brother, but you have proven yourself to be a turncoat boule member, so I can't call you that unless you repent. So I'm gonna move off from him. Let's go check out that Kyrie thing. Then we're gonna get back on to our regularly scheduled program. Let's check out Kyrie right quick.
Hey, Kyrie. There was a group of about 100 people outside wearing the shirt of a group called Israel United in Christ, a group labeled as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They were outside in support of you and handing out anti-Semitic literature on the plaza of people walking by. And I was wondering if I can get your reaction to that.
I didn't see it. What happened? There was a group outside?
There was a group outside, 100, possibly more. They were wearing a shirt called Israel United in Christ. They're a group labeled as a hate group by the
I think that's a conversation for another day. I'm just here to focus on the game.
Kyrie, but you've said this whole time that you didn't know what kind of what kind of voice you had, but if these are the people that are out here in your name, do you feel like that's a consequence of what you've done?
Again, I'm just here to focus on the game.
You wicked entity. You're a wicked entity. The man that already said once he focusing on the game, and you gonna keep pressing. And there was another Asian, sound like an Asian dude. He was trying to press it too. I'm like, well, why y'all trying to put this man into a box, put him into a corner? He's smarter than y'all already. And if you see the close up of Kyrie when the third dude said you were not approving, but you were promoting, Kyrie just did a little smile because there was a third question that came out. Somebody talking about he was promoting the film, this, that, and the third, and he used the same comment. Now, normal Kyrie would have blown up and would have started talking crazy to him, but he like, man, I'm not letting y'all sweat me about this right here. If y'all got something with IUIC, go take it up with them. I never said nothing about IUIC, but he did say he had an army behind him. So maybe they conflagrating and misconstruing. They could misconstrue this and say, oh yeah, Kyrie, you was in cahoots with IUIC. Yeah, you told them to come out there. Yeah, and you said that they should be out there and they should be out there protesting because that's the army that you have behind you. Get the hell out of here, Ethan. What are you talking about? You sound crazy as hell saying that. Asking them these dumbass questions. The man already told you, let's keep it about basketball. Y'all want to trip me up so that they can have me do these other 10 quests, these other 10, like he playing Mario Brothers. Okay, we got to make Kyrie go get these 10 extra quests so that he can get back on the playing field like this is a Nintendo game. Give him 10 more missions now, owner. Josiah is wicked as hell. Jaylen Brown brought the wickedness that Josiah is doing with his wicked self, and he got the nerve to try to call Kyrie Irving out. Man, we gonna get off of this, but hey, you brothers got anything to say on this before I move off of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of like I said, like I keep saying, every time I see those videos, man, I just get hyped. I just get up and I got a big smile on my face. I just love it. You know, for me, this shows a lot. One of the things that it shows is that it didn't really matter what Kyrie did at that point. Like the Most High has already used them to push Ron Dalton's work and to expose us as Israelites and to push this further. And one of the things that the enemy is doing right now is hundreds, okay? And I think it was thousands, but let's just give them hundreds. Hundreds of black men surrounded the Barclays Center. And this did not appear in the New York Times, on CNN, on Fox. I mean, did anybody see videos of them on major news? I don't think so. I sure didn't. Maybe it appeared and I just missed it. But I didn't see any of this on any of the major news channels. They just mentioned it. You know, I know they mentioned it in a few places, but nobody actually showed it. Thousands of black men surrounded the Barclays Center and they didn't even show it. I wonder why. It just makes me wonder why. That's all I got to say.
I'm gonna go on record and say this: that the people who do control, because there's a group of people that do control the media. I don't care what nobody say. You can ban this video if you want to. There's a group of people that control the media.
Mm-hmm.
I done seen the documents. I done seen the list. I done seen it. It's categorized and it's a complete list. And you the one that say, if somebody get on TV, if somebody make a rap music, if somebody do this, anybody in entertainment, nothing move without these people giving their stamp of approval. Now, who might that be?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody say the juice is triggering off something. You know what? These shots that's been given to these people, and some people that got. My wife was telling me some people got 5, 6, 7 shots. You done got injected with 5, 6, or 7 things. You a walking time bomb. 7 shots talking about you preventing COVID, and then after you get the 7th one, you're still getting sick. Come on, people, wake up. Stop it. Stop it. So I see y'all dropping, and I haven't even got to y'all precepts yet. I've been starting them as I see them. But man, y'all on point. When you have your family come back and watch the video, your children can watch it. Just when I get to yelling, just say, never mind him, because he's off his rocker. Go ahead, Elisha.
Yeah, I was gonna. This is there's a caveat to, you see the brothers out there united, and it is a beautiful thing. It's always a great thing to see our brothers unified to protect one of our own people. And we've had a discussion about this regarding, Kyrie's role in this. You know, one could say that, if you wanted static or smoke, you would initiate such a thing. What I mean by that is that Kyrie made a comment or he tweeted something. You know, he tweeted a poster. What he did was not to incite anybody or to say, okay, now I'm ready to take up black causes or Israelite causes. But, it had the effect that it was supposed to have. It's supposed the Most High used it as the Most High, uses all things to accomplish his purpose, and that it exposed a lot of our people to that documentary or that work to help wake brothers up, you know. But when Kyrie got on TV, he apologized, and he's back playing basketball. Somehow, it was some confusion on. Israelites stood up for Kyrie to the end that you have brothers at the Barclays Center and they're standing up for him. But it was in fact just to defend him because they had took it too far. They tried to castigate the man for basically showing that we're the Israelites and subliminally making points that he know who he is. But he wasn't trying to pick a fight. He wasn't trying to pick up the mantle to say, "Hey, I'm an Israelite," and do all these things and to further, interrupt his basketball career and to champion the causes that we're knowing to come. It's no, but when you see the brothers gathered like that, and you see that okay, this was accomplished by that, and now they're trying to diminish how many people you could. It was. There's no way to ignore the fact that it was definitely over 1,000 people. I mean, it's not even close. Way over hundreds. It was over 1,000 brothers there standing in solidarity, standing in military formation, uh, standing in rank, and actually in line with the brothers who had them to go out there. And it was just like when you had the Million Man March for Farrakhan. You had over 1 million people out there in 2015. We recorded it and put it out there. That you had our people there. And that's really the key to the thing. Will our brothers and sisters do these things, or will we admire those who do it? You know, will we do these things, or will we just be admirers? Because admiration is good. Work is better. To be able to be inspired by something and do the same thing, because that's really what's necessary, and that's what helps those brothers get the numbers that they get. Brothers see them moving to that cause. If you remember the movie Malcolm X, you remember when Malcolm led the brothers in front of that police station to get Brother Johnson out of prison, and they stood in solidarity. And the next thing you know, they showed him at a restaurant or a coffee shop, ice cream shop, whatever it was. And the young brother came in. He was full of zeal. He was vibrant. And he said, what can I do to join? That's what it's going to cause when you see brothers stand like that. The brothers are very tactful, and they know what they're doing. And it's a beautiful thing all day and night. But hopefully, it moves more brothers in different camps, more brothers and sisters in whatever congregations that you're in, to stand in your respective places. You don't got to go on the scavenger hunt and go state to state if you don't have the means to do so. But where something happens to our people where you were at, you be that 100 or 1,000 people, and that way they won't start to set their affections on IUIC, because this is what can happen. And I just want to throw this out there. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense did these things, and because they were the only ones identified as a group that was standing up for Black people, they got dismantled by the CIA, because they had a gross point blank view of who they called the problem. And if we leave our brothers out there to be the only ones standing like this, they'll say, okay, they're the only ones. All we got to do is send some Trojan horse in. All we got to do is dismantle them some way, shape, or form, because it's just them. And then, that quells the people. But if we do this everywhere, if we're Million Man marching, if every time atrocities and things happen to our people in every state, we're standing up for these things in every place, then it's like you can't set your eye on one group. You can't say, okay, these are the forerunners. You'll say that, okay, this people is truly awakened. This is where we at with it now. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to be we have, like, it's one thing to have the admiration for those brothers, but what are you prepared to do once you see it? Does it move you to do likewise? Whether with them brothers or not with those brothers, because that's what it's going to boil down to. So, and then just to make one last point, I remember we had the Hebrew Israelite Summit. I was one of the first one before I went away. And I don't know if those brothers still do it. I heard that they did. They were doing the Hebrew Israelite Summit, where all the Israelite groups would get together in one big meeting to show some type of solidarity, some type of family. I don't know what they're doing with that right now, but things like that, we can start to inspire the people. Need to be more than admirers of these things, and start being inspired to move in like manner.
Stephanie M. Shalom, sis. Hope all is well. Let's see, Humble. I know that Small Hats in Brooklyn, you is mad as hell about this. They finna raise every nigga rent in the whole boroughs, and you know what's gonna happen? They do that. The father got a counter plot for them against that idea. See, here's the difference between any other movement and now. Those brothers is moving in righteousness. I grew up in I'm a product of the 60s. I saw when the Panthers was in our neighborhood. I saw when they had the lunch programs and when they was trying to teach us dance, African dance, and self-defense. I saw it firsthand. I was a baby then. But you know the thing that they was missing? They was missing LSC. You ain't never had a movement talking about, okay, not even King and them was standing on LSC, because King and them was standing on Christianity. Peace be upon him. You have never had a movement that we've had talking about, okay, you know what? Let's get back to what the books say. Not only is we going to get back to what the books say, we're going to start living it. Oh, and then let's throw the caveat in that, yeah, we the people of that book. So now it's incumbent upon us to live it. That, and it's incumbent upon us to share it with the rest of our family. That's the good news. That's the gospel. Gospel ain't no mystical, magical phrase where you talking about you blah, 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 and then you're saved. Because Mashiach didn't come back to save everybody anyway. Shalom, Stephanie M. If I didn't shalom you, peace and blessings. Pixel Glam, shalom to you. I saw that you just jumped in. John Doe, shalom to you. Peace and blessings to you. Yeah, I get fired up when I see our people standing up. You got people standing up, a whole army talking about their LSC. I don't know about y'all, that do something to me. Does something. It means something. It's saying something. You got hundreds, thousands and thousands and thousands of people all over the earth talking about, I'm an Israelite. We need to get back to the book. You didn't have that in no Christianity. You could take all the 45,000 Christian denominations and all the 2.1 billion adherents, roll them into one, and they don't have half the power as them brothers that was on the street. And I'm just talking about them, because the awakening done went far and beyond, far and wide. Put a one up if you talk to somebody that used to be in Christianity and all of a sudden they awoke. And I'm not talking about the woke, how the white evangelicals try to paint it with CRT and, oh, this wokeism and, oh, woe is me. Don't teach little Johnny and little Rebecca about how we used to treat the Israelites. Don't teach my children how wicked as hell we were. Well, hell, you was teaching your children. You teach your children anyway to call us nigger. So they already know you wicked as hell. But in their mind, it's okay. There's power that was out there on display. Not power of man, though. That was a show of force. That was a show of some divine intervention. The father where he's at, talk about, I approve of this message. Father approve of his men walking out there, the dry bones, that he done stood up. Somebody get that precept about the dry bones. Go get it. Ashkenaz ain't the sons of them people not related to us. Yeah, and there it is right there. There it is right there. They talking about they the real people of the book. They the real Jews, not the fake, false pretender fews. The real book people. You can't argue with them. You can't argue with them. You have never, Ronald Dalton, been saying, I want to debate you. Go debate him then. You got 15, 16, 18, 19, 20-year-olds that I done seen that'll crack your spine open with the book. I seen them because I used to run with them when we was on the street. 15, 16, 17-year-old know the book inside out, know the we the people the book. And now our women is raw. Our women, I take any woman in our chat right now and they will destroy Creflo Dollar without even thinking about it. Because we know he don't know the book, him or Snakes or Osteen. Need some comments from the ground. What's up, y'all? Daughter Zion? Peace and blessings, sis. And up next, man, we appreciate your humor, bro. We appreciate it. Because I'll be sitting there, I'll go on mute and I'll be laughing at what you be posting, bro. You know how it is. You know how I do. Josiah Ben Yehuda. Anybody that put up a cartoon, listen, anybody that put up a cartoon talking about Fred Flintstone and speaking in tongues, you should not take that person serious. Don't think that he's serious because he's not. I tell y'all, I only know 3 things: cartoons, candy, and cereal, and that's it. Don't know nothing else. This the precept I call. This from Ezekiel 37:4. Again, he said unto me. This is somebody talking to somebody. 2 people having a conversation. One of us an entity and one of us a humanoid. Prophesy unto these bones and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Father. Put a 1 up if you believe you're part of that dry bones that's done woke up. I want to see everybody put a 1 up. We're going to look at them gun charts. We don't really care about them gun charts, but we'll look at them. We go where the Father say go. You know he done woke up these dry bones. These dry bones done stood up. Only the dry bones can decode the book. You can give the book to nobody else. The dry bones got the book. Now they done stood up. Become this great army. You see them brothers marching like that on the street, you gotta know that that's that great army. That's them dry bones that done stood up. You know what? I saw something crazy, Josiah Ben Yehuda, about I saw these sheep going in circles. And they was going in circles for hours. I couldn't hear the audio, but there's a lot of interesting things going on. So fam, here's what I'm gonna do. And I see you all are blazing in the chat as usual. My good brother Yashadek, they're showing up like an army. That's right. Did they not look like an army? They look straight like an army. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to excuse me. We're gonna go to this website that I was talking about. Elizabeth Nichols. Let me see what she said. I am a product of the 60s to 1963. That's right. The 60s was a good time. We had good music. We didn't have a whole lot of food, but we had good music, and I didn't really realize I was poor until we was dirt poor until I got a little bit older. But we still had family. There was continuity and there was unity in the hood where I came from. There was love there, and on top of there was love, but there was also a lot of dysfunction around us. I know in my household it was like crazy, but I'm not going to really get too much into that. But the 60s was a trip, and if you was a child in the 60s, you knew that there was something going on, but you couldn't really quite put your finger on it. Mind you, it was an interesting time, but it's different than now. This movement is from the Father, and so somebody get that precept where it talks about you would be fighting against the Father. Leave these men alone. Leave these men alone. Because if what they are doing is not of the Father, it will come to naught. Now, I've been in the truth for a minute now, and the only thing I see it doing is growing and growing and growing and growing. That you got Christians that done said, hey, you know what? We out of here with Christianity. We over here. We not what your zigzag dude. We not what Cesare. We not what tied to him. We over here with the Father, and the Father telling us that we need to get back to this law, statutes, and commandments according to what the book say. Period. So now I'm gonna shut up. I'm like, dang, please shut that man up. We're gonna go check out this site right quick and get back into the rage of the snakes. Now, I'm gonna share my screen. This site, I used to go to this site, like I used to frequent it like every week. I'd stopped frequenting it because it gets to be a thing where it's okay. You're not. What are you looking at this stuff for? But before I do that, I'm gonna read Acts 5 and 38. Thanks for putting that up, Elijah. Acts 5 and 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men. These men out there, they teaching something that we don't agree with. They off. You off, Ock. That's not what the book say. And let them alone. Let them be. Just leave them over there. They over there teaching that they teaching what they teaching. That the Israelites is those people that's the dispersed. For if this counsel or this work be of men, in other words, if men that crafted this and the Father not in it, the Father didn't put his stamp of approval on it, it's not written somewhere in the book, because everything that we see is foretold. If the Father didn't have a human to write about it and put it in his book, it will come to naught. So I don't know what anybody got to say about that. But it seems to me that the awakening keep growing and growing and growing and growing. That's why if you watch sports, I tell y'all this all the time. When you watch sports and you see them brothers rocking beards, first thing that you should ask yourself, is he an Israelite? Is that brother an Israelite rocking that beard like that? Because you got a lot of brothers rocking beards now. And it's not by coincidence. Man, not supposed to be walking around, according to the book, you walking around with a bald head face. Who told you to do that? Who bewitched you into thinking that was something that you should be doing? It's contrary to the book. Walking around, you more feminine than a woman. Face smoother than a woman. Now, we've been talking about a few things today, but let's get back to this now. This GVA site, I'll put the link up if you guys want to go to it. It's a pretty interesting site. It kind of chronicles, and it's been my go-to for gun violence. Anytime gun violence happens on the earth, they're the first to know about it. They're the first to catalog it, and so this is the site that I go to. What I like doing is I like looking at numbers. I like looking at data. I've downloaded the CSV file, collated, looked at it. I love looking at databases, looking at information. I love numbers. So you could see these deaths. They got a little chart here. Talks about the deaths from 2014 to 2020. There are also other charts that they have. We could get into those, but you could see the track that it's on. You can see the gun injuries. You can see the suicides. So you got deaths, whether they be willful, malicious, and accidental. Then you got suicides by gun. Suicides by gun has been going up. More suicides by gun than you got people getting clicked up by guns at the hand of somebody else. And so this gives a good breakdown. What I want to do is I want to look at the last 72 hours. And so if you click on the last 72 hours, and I'll put the link in it. I'll put the link in the chat for everyone if you want to go look at it. So this will correlate all of the shootings that happened over the last 72 hours. And I believe it's up until recent. And what I also like to do when I look at these charts, I like to look at the cities. I like to correlate it by city. So the beautiful thing about this is you can click on state or either city or county, and it'll show it. Typically, I go by state, right? So I'll click on that, and then I just go through and just for myself. This is, I mean, there's you could coalesce this data however you want. You could coalesce it by number of killed, number of injured. And the interesting thing about this is that after I correlate it like this, I'll start looking at the incident. So if I click on view the incident, it'll take me to give me the information on what happened. And then if I click on the link, it'll take me to that link, right? So it's pretty comprehensive. So it says 2 shot in separate Montgomery shootings, 1 killed. These ain't the people that did it. This is something different. So then it'll go into the article. And so if I go back, let me cue this. If I go back to where I was at, this gives the information on typically who the participants were, who was shot, and how they were shot. And then it also gets into the political part of it too, what district it was in. So let me go back to incident date and have it correlated by that. And so this is showing the last 72 hours, right? So let's see here. Where was that one? I'm going to scroll down and find the big one. The big one meaning that one that happened in Walmart. Mind you, no, you know what? Before I do that, let me go. Let's go to charts and maps. No, actually, you know what? Let me go back. I want to show you guys something. There's an interactive map here. I think this is a better illustration. The interactive map shows these are all of the shootings in a 72-hour period. Now, I'm going to zoom out so that we could see the total. There was 220 shootings that were reported, because we ain't even talking about the stuff that's not being reported. There were 220 shootings in the snakes. And as you scroll, as you move in further and get closer, it breaks further apart. So this looks like these 10 were on the border, but there's 240 here. As I zoom in here, it's going to break out even further, right? So that we can actually.
Hey, Brother Cleo, I'm sorry. Just ahead, let me ask you a real quick question. So when you panned out, this is the last 72 hours, right? So when you panned out and we were looking at the rest of the world, so in the last 72 hours, is this saying that there were no shootings in the rest of the world?
No, what this is, and that's a good question. This is just,
I'm like, you panned out, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, we're right here.
Okay, all right,
no, that's all right, and thanks for the clarification, because that brings edification. That clarification brings out edification, fam. We're talking about only the snakes. We're not talking about the rest of the world, because I'm sure if you went down here. If you just go right here, this little strip right here, hell, you might have 250 there.
No doubt.
Exactly. It's just, and I'm just talking about this little strip right here. I'm not even talking about over here. I'm not talking about Durango. I'm not talking about Culiacan. I'm just talking about Baja. If you go to this strip right here with all the goings on that's going on right here in Mexicali, man, if they say you had 250, I say, well, yeah, that's right. That's about right. That's about right. Because a lot of what happens here falls over into here. And some of this, believe it or not, that's happening here has a lot to do with what's happening down here. It's not by coincidence that the Mexicans control the drug trade all the way here, even at the street level now. They control the highways and the byways. They control all the way to this level right here when you talk about the dope trade. Period. And from what I understand about the book say that you wouldn't be controlling nothing. But we ain't going to jump into that, are we? No, we're not going to jump into that. Okay, so let's zoom in and let's see. So you could see where they got the 14, they got the 10 over here, but then as you zoom in, they get to moving them where they are. So you got 6 in the LA area. Then as you zoom in further, they'll start branching them out and breaking them out to where they actually are, right? So those little blue dots represent where they are, and you'll see that how they're spread out. You've got these few in the West, but you got a major concentration. You got a major concentration all throughout the South. Memphis, notorious, 7 in Memphis alone, or in the Memphis area. For the family that's in Memphis, peace and blessings to you. We love our family. We love our family all over the snakes. I don't care if you from New York, Washington, LA, up here, down there. All our people is dispersed that's in here. We got people that's dispersed up here. We got the people that's dispersed on every continent on this globe, whether you believe in flat earth or whether you believe we're in a snow globe. So let's continue. So with this site, you can zoom in, and you can get a look and see what happened. Let's take a look at some of these. You click on this one, you can click on it, and then once you click on it, you can say view the incident, and then it'll take you to what happened. So it happened at a hotel. The victim was older than 18. They were shot and wounded, and then you can click on the source to look at it. Now, I'm showing you this not so that you could get intimate with the site. I'm showing you this that for the simple fact that over the last 72 hours, there were 220 shootings that can be verified, not counting the ones that can't be verified or that people didn't say nothing. Because you got some people that got glicked up that nobody know that they got hit. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. New Orleans got 8 by themselves. Orleans. And then one over here. Baton Rouge got a couple. To the family that's in. Shout out to the family in Baton Rouge. Family in Memphis. Family all over the snakes. So now why am I showing you this, fam? I'm showing you this for the simple fact that there is a spirit moving in the snakes. There's people dropping left and right, and they don't even know why. They didn't stop reporting the people that's dying of COVID. They don't report and tell you how many people died of getting the shot because they don't want to alarm you. It's people dropping dead all over the earth. It's crazy stuff happening all over the earth. But put a 1 up if you're calm right now. Put a 1 up if you are calm right now. This is the rage that's happening just in gun violence. We ain't talking about people running over people like how out here or somewhere, I don't know if it was out here or not, how this heathen ran over some men that was jogging for their army training or their Navy training or whatever they was training for, SEALs, whatever they was training for. And so there's a spirit that's not only moving here, moving on the earth. Now, how can you say that, brother? See, well, I could say that for the simple fact that I'm gonna point to what my brother said earlier, Najee said earlier, how there's infighting. Y'all can go look up some of our old videos where we talked about the infighting amongst the heathen. But they done took it to a whole different art form. The Republicans and the Democrats, if somebody said boo to Donald Trump the wrong way, there will be shooting in the streets. If they lock up this entity, Donald Trump, there's going to be shooting in the streets. And my recommendation to all the Israelites, we don't have nothing to do with Biden. We don't have nothing to do with Donald Trump. We stay out of the way of their rage. Let them rage against themselves. Let them kill themselves. What's the saying that they got? Let them kill. They say kill them all and let God sort them out. I say let them kill themselves and let them be buried. Heathen on heathen fighting is great. As far as I'm concerned, love it. Vote for it. When I say I'll vote for, I'm voting for Putin and I'm voting for Zelensky. Vote for both of them. Y'all go ahead and destroy yourself. Hip hooray. Take China along with you too. Taiwan, Iran, take them too. Take the fuse with you. Mind you that the fuse actually control Ukraine because a lot of those people are the fuse. But y'all knew that. There is a spirit moving on the earth that's got these people destroying themselves. And I'm happy about it. Because that means that their reign of terror is coming to an end. And you should be happy too. These people raging, going crazy, and some of them know why, some of them have no clue. But I tell you what, all of it is related to you. The mass rage in the United States is related to you. Why is it related to you? The mass rage in the United States is related to you because it's the father that them declared war on the United States, not Russia, not China. Go get Deuteronomy 30, chapter verse 7. Somebody get that precept and I'll read it. It's an open declaration against Psalms 83. You can have any excuse to go stark raving mad if you want to. I mean, the wickedness that we've seen in the snakes would drive any of us crazy. It would be no wonder. You see, and you never get the benefit of the doubt of mental health. Ever. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Father, thy Elohim, will put these curses upon thine enemies. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. This was written back, we don't even know when. When we reading it in English, are the only language that we speak. He said he was going to put the curses on your enemies. Did you see that today? Put a one up if you see that today. You're not in fear. The only entity that you should be fearing is the Father and nothing else. This is that double big gulp that you get. After the Israelites drank their big gulp, books say drunk the dregs and wrang them out. Now you get a double up. He said he gonna put all these curses upon our head. 250 per some book. Some book out there say it's 250 for you. I broke down and counted the ones in 28. But look at the rest of it though. He identifies who the enemy. He said he gonna put the curses on enemies. Why is he gonna do it, brother C? Well, let's read the rest of the verse. And on them that hate thee, one, which persecuted thee. So it's the people that hate you. They hate you, but they also persecuted you. And then you want the snakes to go through some happy-go-lucky Charlie Brown Christmas present rapture? You expect to be getting taken up out of here on some magic carpet ride by some entity? Really? This is what's going to befall you, snakes. You can rage all you want to. You can have all the infighting you want to. You can even try to fight against Mashiach if you want to. With your weapons. Mashiach is going to calmly smash on you. Somebody get the precept where one of Mashiach's homeboys got his ear cut off, drew a sword and cut off somebody's ear. Y'all go get that precept. It's out there. I know it's somewhere in the book where somebody drew a sword and cut a man's ear off. And what did Mashiach do? Calmly put the man's ear back on. You're gonna try. That's what you building up all these fake weapons for, so that you could fight against him. We see you. We see you. It's not gonna work. Good luck with that. Deuteronomy 30:7. Somebody's gonna get cursed for touching somebody because they hated somebody and they persecuted them. This is the verse I call. And one of them that stood by drew a sword and smote a servant of the high priest and cut off his ear. What did Mashiach do after he did that? What did he say? Because see, Mashiach knew what his task was. Mashiach was sent here to fulfill all of the law because he was the law. He was the Word made flesh that dwelt among us. If the Word is made flesh, the Word is the Father's Word, is His law, statutes, and commandments. Come on now. Y'all heard me say that before. Stop. He's the Word that was made flesh. Huh? He didn't have, Mashiach was so cold that he could have said to them, man, all of y'all drop dead. And he could have just walked and seen everybody drop dead and just walk right around them. That's how cold he was. He had them cheat codes. Mashiach had them cheat codes. Yes, he did. Mashiach knew what his mission was. What did he say? He said, I came to do the will of the Father. He didn't come on his own accord. He didn't come worrying about no private jets and no Trinity offerings. He laid down his life for his people because he loved the Father and he loved his people. He had skin as if it was burned in a furnace. He had woolly hair. He came for his people. He didn't come for nobody else. So you can miss me with that made up false broad gate religion. Nobody else bringing this truth but the Israelites. That's why the whole world is up in an uproar. His hidden ones. They ain't hitting no more though. They ain't hitting no more. Ain't that something? They not hitting no more. The whole earth knows who you are. The whole earth been know who you are. The whole earth knew who you was before you knew who you was. I mention all the time about Putin talking about we gonna get the Negro. We gonna get the snakes while the niggers is sleeping. He gonna have to change his plans now. Because them dry bones done stood up. Dry bones have stood up and ready to wreak havoc. If you believe that, put a 1 up. No, if you believe that, put 7 up. Believe that the dry bones are getting ready to wreak havoc, and then you should be thinking about what the Father got for you to do. Male and female, children, all hands on deck. What does the Father have me to do this day? Father, what is your will for my life? It's not gun violence. It's not my destruction. You called me, separated me. You called me into this truth for a reason. Father, let me know what that reason is so I can do your will. Male and female alike. Not just talking about the men. Talking about the women too. Children too. Pets too. You doing his will. You're doing while you're doing. Are you doing? You know we in the end times. Are you doing what he told you to do? Are you doing it? Look in the mirror. If you're not, do it today. Don't wait. You know time done sped up. You know we on a faster clock. These 24-hour days act like they 8 hours now. A week is like 1 day, 2 days max. We'll be back here. And it seemed like we'll be back here on a Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday. It'll seem like we just did this 2 days ago. We done repent. We repenting now. What you gonna do next? They say we got next. When you gonna take next? Somebody get that precept where it say we gonna take the kingdom. When you gonna take it? When you gonna try to take it? It's yours. Go get it. When you gonna get it? It's okay if you had your children watch me yell at them, scream at them. It's okay. It's all right. And our frontal lobe should be repentance and doing his will. We love the Father. What should we be doing? His will. What's his will? I don't know what his will is for you. It's not gun violence. It's not the mass rage that's happening in the States. That's not his will for us. The Father got good for us. We lived through Jacob's trouble already since we've been destroyed. Folks running around talking about Jacob's trouble is Jacob being in trouble. You sound like an errorist. You done misconstrued what Jacob's trouble is. You got the saints asking when he gonna avenge. So that means that the Israelites get a timeout. We get a timeout session. It's time out for us. We get ready to go into rest. Do y'all look forward to going into the wilderness and taking the kingdom? And seeing each other and being around each other only? Where we can just build, not having to worry about the mass hysteria that's going on in the States, where he done separated us away from these individuals, where we could just build amongst ourselves. Tell me you don't look forward to that. Put a 3 up if you look forward to the kingdom. If you look forward to being a part of the kingdom. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. The Father moving too fast right now. Father moving way fast. He's moving faster than I've ever seen him move. I never seen it. I'm loving it. I'll wake up every morning. Father, what is you gonna do? What is you gonna do next? My brother Elisha, I got these precepts. I'm gonna put this one in. We gonna this precept right here. This something right here. This is something. This is a something. Go back to the comments section. Put that in. Y'all putting them 3s up. Your Father, we tired and we want to go home. I'm tired of the snakes. I want to go home, and I want to go home and build with my family. Wakanda ain't got nothing on the Israelites. That's a facsimile of us. That's an imitation of us. You want to go home. That's what I want. Tired of the snakes. Tired of being around these heathen. Tired of looking at them. Dan 7:18, but the saints of the Most High shall what? Wait a minute. It says, but the saints of the Most High. And fam, like I always tell y'all, now, this is a tip for you. And y'all already know where I'm going before I even go there, because y'all know me now by now. Daniel 7:8 says, it starts off with but the saints. The but the saints is in the Old Testament. But Christianity makes you believe that saints is talking about them, which there is no Christian in the book. Point to me, name one Christian that's in the book. Please name one Christian. Tell me what their name is. Name me one Christian that's ever been in the book. 7:18 says, but the saints. The saints is the Israelites. And it gets even more granular. The saints of the Father shall take the kingdom. He's talking about y'all. Do you not make this personal to yourself when you're reading this book? In my mind, I'm going to see the kingdom not only be getting taken, I'm going to be part of that. And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. That means that there's going to be no end to the rule. You at least get 1,000 years. That much we know. Is it no wonder that he said it will be a sign and a wonder upon thy seed forever? Means it's in your DNA. Somebody get that precept where it say the kingdom is within you. It's coded into the kingdom is coded within your DNA. Just like Deuteronomy 30 is coded into your DNA. If he said it was going to be for a sign and a wonder forever and ever, how you going to get it? Tell me how you going to get it. It's already there. Somebody give me that precept and put it all the way in there. Zephaniah 33 and 20. Luke 17 and 12. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Father is within you. You already got the kingdom. You ain't got to, you don't have to go you don't have to go looking into Antarctica. Or Kibu land, neither. It's already in you. When you gonna take it? Go back to this verse. We say you gonna possess it and you gonna take it. And you gonna take what's already inside you. Sound like you gonna be doing this. Sound like somebody have faith and they gonna be doing his will. That's what it sounds like to me. A bunch of people gonna wake up and say, okay, you know what, Father? I'm gonna stop looking at Brother C because he old. I'm gonna go do what the Father. I'm tired of hearing him telling me that I should be doing the Father's will. I'm just gonna do it. The Father then already gave you the test and gave you all the answers to the test. I don't care about Kemet. I got the answers to the whole test. I got the book. I got the book that I'm supposed to study it in, and the test is an open book test. The kingdom within you, you take it. What the Father done gave you, you go produce it and take it. The Father told you to go take Hollywood, you go take it over and set it straight. The Father say you take over any media, you take it over, and you be responsible for setting it straight. We're not playing with nobody these days. We're not playing with and mind you, fam, I love my Christian brothers and sisters. I love them so. I feel sorry for them though. I have empathy and pity for them. The ones that, the 10 or 20 that's still left into it. The 10 to 20 that's still in it. I like that, Luke 19 and 13. I like that. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, in one verse, it say, tarry until I come, and say, occupy till I come. How you going to occupy then? What you doing to occupy? Is you sitting around waiting, listening to Brother C and pressing the snooze button? I say don't listen to Brother C. Don't listen to him. Go pick up the book where it talks about faith and works. That's how you occupy. That's how you occupy right there. Faithful works. That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be doing something for the kingdom, something for our family. And y'all know it's not about fiat currency. It's not about that. That's the last thing it's about. Say occupy till I come. How you occupy then? Tell me how to do it. What's the formula? What's next? What should I be doing? Where are we going? How are we going to get there? Have you asked the Father? You should already ask the Father what you're supposed to be doing. Don't ask no man, because it's all hands on deck. How many times have I told y'all he paid no mosaic and he using everybody? He using everybody. Every Israelite channel, every brother that's on the street, everybody that used to be a Christian, he is using everybody. Every single person he using. All of them. How can you say that, Brother C? Somebody get the precept where he say he control the left-hand side and the right-hand side. He said he put a lion spirit in somebody. That means that, oh, well, if you put a lion spirit in somebody, that means you control both sides. The true Hegelian dialectic artist is the Father. He's true. But he gave us his word. And we see his word being fulfilled right now. What they say right here, hey, shalom, real Judah, peace and blessing. The black churches are full of adultery, corruption, and they all about getting filthy lucre for filthy lucre's sake and not for building a family. Hey, listen, how much can somebody, I'm going to Google this, somebody Google this and send the numbers to me via email. How much has the so-called black church raised over the last, let's say, 25 years? Surely with the amount of money the black church has raised, they should have been able to pump out enough IPs to where we don't have to worry about a damn thing from now until eternity. What's an IP? For those of y'all who are new, those are intellectual properties. And it could be anything from bicycles, hand grenades, ice cream cones, scooters, erector sets, Lego building blocks, Bacardi, and Bacardi gin, what I got on my table? Lamps, trophies, books, smartphones, any of that. These black churches don't make so much money that, listen, you get that money in the right hands of brothers and sisters and children that have a thought for business, you could have been running it. But because most of these churches is ran by Boule, Bob, and Betty, the gatekeepers, the talented, the untalented 10, the invisible hand, the invisible enemy, that it's no wonder that we've been in the condition that we in. But y'all know where the answer lies. You know exactly. If I said to you, bring me the precept where the answer lies, you better take me to Deuteronomy 30. I don't have to get 1,000 different precepts, but I know that my family's sharp like that. We had to be sharp like that when we was on the street. Had your precept book, like the man say, drove up, hey man, I want your precept book because it got all the answers in it. The whole world been waiting for you to rise up. The whole earth has been waiting for you to wake up. And now you're woke. So if you have to ask the question, what's next? And that means that you ain't been talking to the Father. Everybody got their own mission statements. Everybody got their own marching orders. It's up to you if you want to look at them and do them or not. You got everybody in here, everybody that's a natural born Israelite got marching orders, whether they're Christian, Muslim, Moor, atheist, a Commission, a Catholic, if you just believe in the letter Z. Father done gave you marching orders. If you gonna do them or not. Because you gonna stand before him, you gonna say, hey, I gave you something to do. What happened? Where was you at? You seen them Israelites on the corner talking about, oh, get with the law, statutes, and commandments. Oh yeah, you seen those brothers on the YouTube streets, all of them. Whether I agree with them or not, you heard them. And they was talking about we the people of the book. A lot of them was talking about these law, statutes, and commandments, and you getting back to them. How come you didn't listen to them? Why would you listen to somebody telling you something that I didn't tell them to tell you? Father ain't never once told nobody to not to go against his will and do what he said not to do. And you got people running around here teaching that. And you are errorist. See what the fam got to say about the situation. Proverbs 21:30. There is no wisdom, no understanding, nor counsel against the Father. Hallelujah. All praise the Father. That's right. Whatever he do and whatever he say is right. Whether I agree with it or not, whether I don't like it or not. Song of Solomon 2:6. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand doeth embraces me. All praise to the Father. He got us in his hands. He protecting us. He even when he was, you know what's awesome about the Father though, is that even while he was whooping our tail, contraband camps, he still loved us so to protect us, even throughout that we still here. The United States government bombed Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. The United States government did that. They have yet to pay for that. Proverbs 21:31. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Father. Amen. All praise to the Father. That's right. Read these precepts. Joel 2:27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. How you know that? When I get with my people on Kingdom Conversations or when we do the show, I'm in the midst of my people. That's why I always tell you, I didn't tell you that today though. That's why I always tell y'all it's an honor and a privilege to come before y'all and to converse with y'all and to talk with y'all and to meet with y'all. We all over the earth. We got people all over the earth. I get to look at the analytics. We got people all over the earth jumping on. But we fellowshipping. Whether, like the book say, where two or more gathered in my name, we gathered in the name of the Father. He say there he gonna be where? In the midst. And that I am the Father, your Elohim, and none else. There is nobody else. He created this construct. It's his construct. He created us. Of course, as he is. And my people shall never be ashamed. We ain't nor are we not ashamed. We should be thankful that the Father chose us. But the beautiful thing that I see is that we not in fear and we really relying on him. We're not relying on the heathen zigzag man, Cesare Borgia, that hippie heroin addict, Greek guard, long hair looking like Christian Bale. Some of these comments help me, Yah, to number my days so that I gain a heart of wisdom. If you ask that, in his name, it will be so. I ask that it will be so for you. Increase my discernment and understanding about territories and domains you want me to occupy and take over. That's right. That's an Israelite right there. That's an Israelite right there. That's how you should be thinking this day. That's how you should be thinking this day. Every one of you. And I'm going to say this to you, and I've said it before. I will say it again. The operative phrase is take over. Take the kingdom. Take next. Take is the operative phrase. Take over. What are you waiting for? Not you, wise society. I'm talking about the Israelites as a whole. I think people don't believe. People don't believe you got next. It's your own brothers and sisters, your own household, your own family. They don't believe that the Israelites got next. You in error, but that's besides the point. No, we got next. My thought process is exactly that. It's not to be a worker bee or a participant. That was a profound. That right there is the mission statement. That's the mission statement. I'm gonna go back. I go back and read all the comments. I read all the precepts. I read everything. Read all the comments when you guys comment in the videos. Read all the comments that's in the. I can't catch them now, but I'll go back and catch them, and I read them all. I read every one of them. That right there. That's right there. That's from the Father right there. I got to put this one up again. You see, this is where my heart is at. My heart is that everybody come to this realization right here. That we all come to this realization. It's not enough just to exist. There's a transition happening right before our eyes. And I want all of you guys to be a part of it. I want everybody to get the good. Period. Our ancestors is rooting for us. Our ancestors is rooting for us right now. That's right. It's all hands on deck. All hands. Women, men, children. Rover, y'all, I see y'all just saying when I said that earlier, y'all, you need to get saved. It's all hands on deck. So, fam, I'm about to close out. That's why I started early so we could shut down early. We might hit y'all up tomorrow with what we say. Thanks taken. We may. It depends on how I feel when we wake up, or if the brothers want to do something tomorrow. But I'll say this: I love you, fam, and it's an honor and a privilege to talk to you. And I'm glad that y'all didn't say, man, throw that brother overboard because he be yelling too much. I can't help it. I love the Father and I love y'all. Thanks, killing. That's right, sis. How they murder, rape, pillage, rob, and plunder, but then the Father gonna give them a rapture. Listen how that sound. We done rape. I'm speaking in the place of a heathen. We done rape, rob, and pillage the whole earth. They took over lands that don't even belong to us. The Father carved up and said, okay, this belong to this people. This belong to this people. Y'all get the Caucasus Mountains. This over here belong to them. And they said, no, we ain't doing what you say, dude. We gonna go and take over other people's lands. Really? You think you gonna get away? You think you gonna get away with that? Really? And you up in arms, you so spun around, you wrapped around like a you take a car, wrap it around a tree 8 times. That's where y'all at. Oh, we got the what's the name coming in. They must know we getting ready to stop. They got the crazy URLs coming in on y'all all of a sudden. Gotta figure out how to block this user, man. They crazy with this, man. They come in crazy. Wow. You see that, fam? Hey, shalom, sister Sarita. Hope you are well. I really appreciate you all. So, fam, I'm gonna give my brothers the last words, and then we gonna sign out. And then we may hit y'all, maybe do something tomorrow, or we may wait until the Shabbat. I know we got y'all tune in for the I want everybody to tune in for the prayer because that's a powerful time. We do the prayer on prior to the Shabbat. We do cry out, and then we have the law reading with Brother Elisha on the Shabbat day. So if you guys aren't too tired from eating all the turkey and the stuffing and the blessing and the dressing, because we didn't do stuffing, we did dressing. That's what we did. Mom had peace be upon her. She had a bomb dressing and a bomb what that German chocolate cake that she made. Oh my goodness. Thanksgiving was like the feast, but we don't do Thanksgiving now because we've grown, and so don't be dismayed by the mass rage, fam. Just know that the Father is with you. How can you send Patreon? We don't have a Patreon yet, Y Society. That's something that we may be working on in the future. However, if you want to help support us when we get our t-shirts and hats and hoodies back up, maybe you can support us by purchasing something like that if you desire to. But fam, just know that I love you and we love you. And I'm gonna give my brothers the last words. Go ahead, Elisha.
No, everything is on point. That we're witnessing our rise. Jacob. I mean, Esau is into the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. I believe Second Ezra, I believe 6 and 9.
Yes, sir.
So what we got to do is stand up and be recognized. Take acknowledgement of who we are. If somebody was to misspell your name or mispronunciate your name, you would say, "No, that's not my name." That's how we got to feel about our heritage. The Harrises and the Robinsons and the Jacksons, and the list goes on and on and on and on. But we need to start taking offense about who Israel is. Them Jewish people are on the ropes. It's not no rope a dope. They're not bringing us into a trap. You know, Elder Cleo made a statement about they're waiting on a rapture. No, they're waiting to be captured, and that's what's about to happen.
It's not.
We're gonna dig them out of the clefts of the rocks, and we're gonna bring them before the judgment seat, where they'll be judged. You don't get to reign here and then reign in the kingdom to come. How is it that you can rape, rob, and pillage and remove a man's heritage and landmark and break every commandment and oppress a man that does so, and then say, I'm going to stand side by side with the righteous? No, you'll be in chains. And for their righteous that the Most High will spare, He has their number within His hands. So I don't speak against those things. But our people, man, we need to stand up like the scripture says, when one man shall surname himself Jacob and call himself Israel. And that's what we need to do. So all praises to the Most High God. All praises in His Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Peace and blessings to all the Israelite family out there. And I want to say this one last thing. You ever look at your Israelite brothers and sisters and say to yourself that, or apply what David applied to Saul? Now, Saul was an heritage man, but David said, he wouldn't touch the anointed of the Most High, even in this man's errors. And when we look at each other, we should have an affinity for each other in such a way to say, I don't know what way the Most High is dealing with each Israelite spread to the whole corner of the earth, but we got to have some type of affinity for each other, some type of respect that we are the Most High's people, and we're not the Most High's people by ourselves in respective houses. That we got to show that respect to our brothers and sisters, the elder brothers and sisters, in this awakening. That way we don't offend, and interrupt our inheritance. So all praises to the Most High, peace and blessings to the family, and we'll be back again with another one.
Appreciate you, Brother Elisha. I appreciate all the commentary and the preceptual information and the information that you dropped on the fam today. Well, Brother Najee, what say you, brother?
Hey, nah, I got really nothing to add. I think you, Brother Cleo, and definitely Brother Elijah, you just covered it all up. I just want to say again, stay proud of your brothers that out there marching, out there on the streets, out there spreading the word. Surrounding the Barclays Center and just doing the work. I'm just crazy proud of those brothers right now, and I just think we should all lift them up and keep them up in prayer as much as we can right now for the work that they're doing. That's all I got to say. Great to be on with you, brothers, as always. Everybody in your chat, much love to you. Till next time.
Appreciate you, and this has been another Salt of the Earth production. Y'all already know I ain't even gonna say it. Yeah, I am. Get saved.